And it's at times like these where I think I should have made an intro. Okay, so you've probably seen by the title that this is going to be a several part thing. So today, okay, a little bit of context. I am behind with a lot of comics, with a lot of the Marvel Legacy stuff. And today, I went and caught myself up on everything. So I have 14 books in front of me, to the left of me, that I'm going to show to you today. That's why this video is the haul. So the next video will be the review, and that might be either split into 2 parts, or it will be probably like half an hour long, maybe longer. But basically that's what I'm doing. Today I'm showing you the books. In a few days, probably 2 or 3 days, I'll be giving my thoughts and opinions on the books that I've read and got today. So without further ado, the first book is Captain America issue 696. I had mixed opinions on the first issue. I didn't think it was great. I didn't think it was bad. It was okay. Next is Despicable Deadpool issue 289. I am disappointed with where Deadpool has ended up since Marvel Legacy, at the beginning of Marvel Legacy. It seems less serious now. Yes, he's doing everything to save his daughter, but it's getting to the point where it's less of his internal struggle, and it's more joking around being Deadpool. And issue 290 and issue 291, and I hate that cover. This is probably the worst cover I've ever seen. I know Jerry Duggan is trying to take the piss out of like emojis and filters on Instagram and all this stuff, but does that look like an inviting comic book to you? Like, if this wasn't on my section, if this isn't on my pull list, if I wasn't already getting Deadpool, if I wasn't invested in the character from the last run, I probably wouldn't pick that up. I wouldn't even think about it. That'd go in my bargain bin, or go straight in the bin. I just hope that what's inside is better than the cover, because I really don't want that to be the quality that Deadpool is going into in the future. And there's more Deadpool versus Old Man Logan, issue 2. This has actually been good. The first issue was more lighthearted, silly fun, and there is kind of a serious storyline in the background, but everything to do with Deadpool and Old Man Logan, I mean, they're fighting over $20. I'm not sure how much money that is because I'm British, but that's not a lot of money, really. But I guess it's Deadpool. What are you gonna do? Picked up issue 3 of that as well. I'm looking forward to getting into those. A book that I'm starting that I haven't read anything prior to is Doctor Strange. I'm reading this because I liked the film. I liked the film probably more than a lot of other people did. I went into it expecting to enjoy it, not as much as I ended up enjoying it, but I went into it thinking, oh, it's going to be fun, it's going to be like Ant-Man, where it's not going to be this big overarching story. It's not going to be anything too special, but it had kind of the best like end climax scenes I've ever seen. Issue 382 of that as well. Not sure what to think of the whole Loki Sorcerer Supreme storyline. Maybe it could be interesting to see where they go and how they progress the character of Loki himself. That could be interesting to see. But I'm not really a fan of Loki as a character. I'm sorry. I'm not a fan of Loki. I haven't been a fan of Thor, really. Not until like the films came out. And then it's only Thor Ragnarok that's really been any good. Picked up Falcon, issue 2. And that's kind of confused me why that hasn't gone to its original numbering, because there's bound to have been a Falcon series before. I mean, I haven't read it. I haven't read any Falcon books before that, but they could have kept the numbering from the all-new Captain America, where it was Falcon as Captain America. That's kind of neither here nor there. Picked up issue 3 of that as well. I'm not sure what to think of seeing Falcon, who is a street-level character, going up against Blackheart, who is a demon. He's the son of Mephisto. I'm not sure where they can take that doesn't end with Falcon dead. I know that they've put Jericho Drum, Dr. Voodoo in there, but I don't really know why they decided to pit those two characters up against each other. The Incredible Hulk, issue 710, is fairly disappointing to me. I am very open to the fact that there's a new Hulk. I like the character of Amadeus Cho, but I don't think that just because there's a new person in the mantle of the Hulk, I don't think that gives people I don't think that gives an excuse, or that's a proper excuse for why they're retreading old ground, why they're retreading these old previous storylines that have already been explored, that have already been developed. Planet Hulk originally was this really long storyline running over a year, I think. But now they're doing it with Amadeus Cho, and it's gonna be like a 5-6 issue storyline, and then they're redoing World War Hulk after that. I don't see where the appeal is with that. I don't understand why you have a new character, or what you think is a new character, and you're retreading the old ground. I picked up the next issue of it, issue 711 as well, but I don't understand why they're retreading old ground as well, especially with World War Hulk, because I know it's probably just an excuse to bring back Bruce Banner, which I don't see why they want to do that so early, because they haven't really had a chance to build up Amadeus Cho. And maybe if all of this was an excuse to make Amadeus Cho a villain, then maybe that might work. Maybe, possibly, but I'm just a guy rambling. My opinion doesn't really matter. No one at Marvel is gonna listen to me. But yeah, I don't get where they can go with it. After, like, the World War Hulk, I don't know where they can go apart from bringing back Bruce Banner. And I think it's a bit too early. If they want to make a decent storyline with Amadeus Cho, do it. Don't rehash. Don't recreate something that's already been done. If you've got a winning formula, tweak it. Don't give us something we've already seen before. Luke Cage, issue 167. Again, Luke Cage issue 166 was bad. It was really bad. The artwork inside is what really does it for me. It just doesn't work. I mean, Luke Cage is supposed to look like he's a big guy. He's supposed to look like Mike Coulter in the Netflix series. He's supposed to look big and menacing. He ends up in this series, or at least in issue 166, he ends up looking like an old man. He looks like an old guy from a Pixar film. And I'm not saying from Up, I'm saying like an old guy from Toy Story. And yeah, that's not really good enough for me. The story is engaging enough, but the art really kills the thing for me. Also picked up issue 168. I'm going to see Luke Cage till the end though, despite my problems with it, because I'm engaged with the story, at least a little bit. I like the story enough to carry on with it, and it's only going to be around for another 3 issues. Or another 2 issues after that, because it's only going up to issue 160. It's only going up to issue 170, and then no more Luke Cage. So yeah, I mean, there's no real point like getting rid of it if there's only like 2 issues left, and then I'll be done with Luke Cage until they want to make a new Luke Cage book, probably when the next season of Luke Cage comes out. I also picked up issue 793 of The Amazing Spider-Man, which is the 4th installment of the Venom Inc. storyline. I've been enjoying Venom Inc. Not as much as I've enjoyed other stories, but I've been enjoying it enough. I definitely liked the first arc of Venom more, but I think it's good to see Dan Slott working with someone else, and the Venom Inc. storyline isn't Dan Slott's idea. It's been set up in Venom, and really it's a Venom storyline. It's just taking place within the 2 books. And I think that's a great thing. I think that's a really good thing. So I've enjoyed it so far. I'm looking forward to this, where this goes, because it looks good. And I've been enjoying it so far. I didn't really enjoy the first 3 issues of the Legacy run of Amazing Spider-Man. Didn't like the first 3 issues of Legacy. I like where it's going towards. I like the fact that Dan Slott is being taken off of the book, because then we can have new writers with new storylines and new ideas and fresh ideas. Because I don't want to see like a lot of big, I don't want to see like a smaller storyline and then event that goes across like 4 different books and you're only getting like 1 or 2 of them. I don't feel like that's a good thing or a good marketing point, because 1, you're taking people's money, which I guess is the point. 2, you're forcing people to buy more books, which is a good strategy, but also 3, you're driving people away, or you're only giving people part of the story. Maybe if you do something like Secret Wars, or I hate to say it, but Secret Empire, where you have the big event, and despite the quality of it, it's all in one book. It's all in one place. You can pick up issues 1 to 10 of Secret Empire, and you will have the full story. You can go into the tie-ins and you can get more context, but you have the full story there. And Secret Wars, you can read the tie-ins, the 43 different tie-ins that they had, and but you've still got the brunt of the story is in the 9 issues. And I guess that's what I want to see more of when they do events in the future. I hope that they're of a better quality than Secret Empire, because from what I heard, I haven't read Secret Empire myself, because I was not reading comic books at that time. But what I want to see going forward is Marvel put more quality into their books and into their events, and not go through all the tie-ins, because that's an annoying thing. Especially with Venom. I'm getting the Venom book. I was lucky that I was getting Amazing Spider-Man. I won't be so lucky with the next tie-in event, which is the Poison X, where it's tying in with X-Men Blue. And I'm not getting X-Men Blue. So either have a book tie in with another 1 book, or have a book keep the story in itself self-contained until you have a big event which does cross over several characters, or you have something shake the universe itself, like Secret Wars did. If you build up to something for years, then the payoff will be better. If you don't, then the payoff won't be so good. Because, and people might say that with Secret Empire, it was building up for so long, but it didn't go anywhere. But that was because it was one creator's image. It was a self-contained story in Captain America, and then it became Secret Empire after Civil War. After Civil War 2, it became Secret Empire after that. And there you go. But it was Nick Spencer all the way. Nick Spencer can be a great writer. I think he just doesn't understand it. And I know I'm getting into a rant, I know I'm rambling, but I'm going to cut it there because we are reaching the 20-minute mark. I'm going to cut it there because I've got a lot of reading to do, and I'll be back ASAP with a review video on these books. And until then, peace.